Welcome to a new Farming Simulator 25 series with Sabbath Kiwi here on New Frontier. Hey, welcome guys, here we are on a New Frontier map. I know it's an old map for you guys, but it's new to me. Very no man's land-esque, if you ask me. Here we are at our location. We are by a pond. This is the only bit of land we own. Nice reflections in the water. A pickup which my daughter helped do the paint job. It was her choice, so you've got to listen to your daughters. Trailer and a chainsaw. And $37 in debt somehow. Anyway, that's where we are. Oh, and a tent, sorry. But our goal here at the moment, one of our first goals, is to get this built, which is the cabin, a log cabin. So we're going to be getting stuck in, starting from scratch, surviving with nothing but a pickup, a trailer, and a chainsaw. I'll show you the land we own, just so you're aware. There we go, just this plot here. There's a lot more land we can own, but we'll focus on this one. There's a bit of flat outside the tree area that we can start some farming on at some stage, but first thing is we need to get stuck in and making some money, and the only way I'm going to be able to make money is chopping trees. You got it. We might be able to take some deadwood contracts on, whoops, because we can chop trees down with our chainsaw. Apart from that, I'm not going to do contracts unless I'm really hard up for cash, but I'll try and leave the contracts until I've got the equipment myself to do them. Just gives it a bit more of a challenge, otherwise I'll be rolling in the money too soon. But having said that, I could get bored pretty quickly and decide, you know what, let's do some contracts. Who knows? But I guess our first, let's have a look at what kind of area we're dealing with on our land we own. I think it's about here. Yeah, pretty good guess actually. Across there, so we own a fairly decent little plot of flat land we can start farming on straight away. It won't be a huge field, but it'll be something. Maybe put some gardens down, something like that, and see how we go. I guess the goal is, the first thing is to, well, obviously make some money, but to get a sawmill or carpentry up and running so we can feed stuff into the log cabin. I think it also requires cement. So yeah, there's our contracts. There are contracts on here. There's a few fields up the top by the shop area, harvests and whatnot available, but I won't be doing those till I have the equipment. It just seems too easy to jump in and do that, but like I said, I may change my mind depending how this first day goes. I'm not going to touch those trees. I'll wait till I got a chipper for those because they're a pain in the butt. But let's chop down all the pine trees. Well, not all of them. We'll start from this end because I do want to keep some around where our log cabin is going to be built. Although I suppose I could just plant some at some stage. But they'll take a couple of years to grow, obviously. So, but we'll see how we go. Boom, timber. First tree down for the map. Now, I know this is an old map for a lot of people. It was was it the first mod map to come out? I think it was. But being that I'm new into FS25, I've only been playing this for about a month now. So this map is new to me. And like I say, it's got that real no man's land-esque kind of vibe to it. Or Calmlands as well, if you will. Yeah, so that's the plan. I did do the 69 Fields edition rather than the forestry edition because I didn't want it heavily forested. I wanted some land to build on as soon as possible. But yeah, so that's our plan, is to aim to get that. But that won't give us prefab walls, and I think that's 150,000 for that. We can go have a look actually. So we've got our log cabin that we're working on, and I don't know why it built it like this, to be honest. Let's put our field info on so you guys can see what I mean. Yeah, so we can get away with that for now with a simple sawmill. I could probably buy my own at some stage if we get enough money, but money's going to be tough to start with. We're already $37 in debt. I don't know how that happened. I don't know who I owe even. But we're going to start something out here. There are a few farms up to the left top corner, and you could start with those, but I wanted to start from scratch. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a proper survival challenge, really. I wouldn't mind building like a town, getting some constructibles going and stuff. To kind of like my town build survival I was doing in Avon Valley on FS22. That's the goal. We'll see how long it lasts. It can be quite tedious. I love starting with nothing, but then the repetition and all that kind of gets to me a bit after a while. So, like I say, we may jump in and do some contracts at some stage just to mix it up, because no one wants to see me doing forestry forever. It's repetitive, it's boring. Yeah, we can't pick many logs up at the moment. Not, it's, you know, they're going to be, it's going to be slow going, because these, I don't think these will be worth as much as the other pines I was used to chopping down on Sunshine Forest. So I did enjoy Sunshine Forest. I just didn't like where I was heading with the farms and stuff like that. And yeah, I am a bit of an ADHD gamer. I do need to mix it up from time to time. I mean, if I'm bored, you guys are obviously going to get bored too. So this is the plan with me purple pink truck that my daughter chose for me. She wanted me to clean it, but I like the dirty look. Didn't want anything shiny. You know, we're scrounging here. We've got nothing. We need some money to survive, really. We can't even afford food. Luckily, we do have a tent. So we're going to get stuck in, do a few loads of these, and see where we're at after that. Maybe chop down a dozen trees or so and see what happens. But until we can get a front loader, a skid steer, we're not really going to get much money for this wood until we can get the appropriate lengths. The end bits I'll be able to do at 7-8 meters, but yeah, these thicker trunk bits will probably be less. But as we go on, I'll get used to what the trees are like, and I'll adjust accordingly. So yeah, that's us. That's where we're at. We've got there's no real role play to it, apart from that I'm going to try to build a town here. I don't know how successful that will be. I haven't tried building on New Frontier. If you've seen or you've tried to build on New Frontier and it doesn't work, let me know so I don't waste my time. But yeah, a survival challenge. Just no hardcore role play or story or lore. Just I'm building a town. That's it. And I will do contracts for Deadwood when they come up. Yeah, this is going to be a slog the first day. I imagine a lot of the forestry work I will do will be done off camera, but we'll do a bit now back and forth, and so you can see where, you can see where my money gets to throughout the day. The first episode anyway. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a bit of a grind, like I say, but that's how it goes in these survival challenges. That's the point of them. I'm on normal economy. I've got, I think I've left fieldstones and weeds turned on. I've got precision farming, periodic ploughing. Don't know how that's going to work with precision farming. I usually turn those off. So all those things are on. So it's kind of realistic, I guess. Of course, fieldstones we can use to make lime at some stage. So that would be good as well. Oops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted that to kind of drop down. Okay. Come on. Okay, maybe we should just put that in the trailer, I think. Come on, get off there. How are you? Oh, I see. It's a bit longer on the front. I didn't realise that. Whoopsie. Yeah, that should go in the trailer. We'll put the short stumpy bits in the back of the pickup. Ooh, that's not going to work very well. We won't be turning very well with that. And it is a bit of a drive. It's on the other side of the map. Well, I say the other side of the map, top left. The northwest quadrant, if you will, is where we've got to get to sell our wood. I think Noah's up there at the sawmill. And we'll pass a few farms on the way, so you'll see that too. Yeah, so that's, I think, one tree down. Way to go. We'll do 2 trees a load. I don't know how much I'm going to fit in. Let's see how much we get for 2 trees, and then we'll see how I go after that, I suppose. Yeah, so I'll get chopping this down. You don't really want to watch too much forestry work, but I'll jump in and out with how we're doing, how our funds are, sales and stuff like that. So, you know, just so you know, I'm not cheating. I never cheat anyway, but not outside of the game rules anyway. I say that, I put gardens down in there. I consider them cheaty, but they're efficient, so part of the game. Anyway, I'll get to doing this, load this up, and I'll see you when we deliver the load. It's 2 Scotch pines cut down. I think the second one wasn't very tall at all, but that's okay. We probably could have fit another 2 trees on here, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But let's see what we get for this first. And like I say, it is a bit of a journey. We've got to cut through the forest here. We could go around, but that's just added time, really. One thing I've thought about is I do need to get a fuel tank at some stage, because it's a bit of a journey to top up fuel, actually. I think there is, I haven't actually looked to see if there is a fuel. I imagine there is up here somewhere, but yeah, it looks like there should. Yeah, there you go. By the shed over there to the left that we just passed. There's a fuel tank there, so we can pop up out here for our diesel, or fuel, whatever we're running. We'll see, we've got a couple of fields, or a few fields really, that we can eventually jump into. But like I say, we don't have the tools. If I struggle too much, then I will... Oops, that's the husbandry. I thought that was the sawmill for a reckon. But yeah, if I do struggle and it gets a bit repetitive and boring cutting trees down, or we run out of trees in our area, then maybe I'm going to have to look at doing that kind of stuff. Because let's be honest, not everybody likes forestry work, but not everybody likes contract work either. So it is a bit of a middle ground kind of thing, I guess. You like what you like, obviously, and that's totally fine. You don't have to like stuff. But, you know, where are we going? I thought there was a marker over here for it. I'm going to bring the settings up for this, just because I haven't actually delivered anything here. I haven't had a test playthrough on this map or anything, so it's just like the other one I was doing on Sunshine Forest. Yeah, this truck it's a little too powerful to reverse this little trailer up. It's funny. Plus that bit of wood there is sticking into the back of the bed of the pickup. But that's okay. Where is our icon? Where are we? Up. Jeez. Louise, what am I doing? It's over here. Okay. Should have known. It's just like the other one. Not as much as I wanted. I wanted more. Come on, give me some better money. I didn't actually check the price. This is the only place to sell wood, so, you know, there's no point checking prices and that. Eventually, I think I might just get my own little sawmill up by me. That can do prefab walls as well. But that's a little while away. I think they're about 30 grand. Done a couple of loads of wood, and I did 3 or 4 trees in the last load, and that got a little bit more money. I've taken on a dead wood contract because we can do that with our funds. We own the equipment, so we can do that. We've got the chainsaw, that's all we need. I won't bother delivering the wood. It's probably not worth it. I just want to cut the trees down, get some money. I guess I just kind of want to get out of this heavy forestry stage as quick as possible, because it can become a bit repetitive. But it is going to be an ongoing thing, obviously, because we do need prefab walls and all that kind of stuff. We're going to need a cement factory too, because I'm pretty sure it takes cement bags in that log cabin. So that's something that could be tricky. We could possibly buy it. I'm not sure if it's available on the map to buy palleted goods here. Which would make sense if you're in a new frontier, I guess. Maybe you could import stuff. Now, I've never done a deadwood contract on this game. I didn't do any of them on the last game either, but I've seen people do them. It's finding the trees that is the tricky part, I suppose. Where are we? We just drive around till we see a deadwood tree, I suppose. Goodness me, I'm kind of regretting taking this job. I could be cutting my own trees down by now. But it does pay out about $1,200, I think, so a little bit extra. So, having said that, we don't have to load it up or anything. There we go, look for the red paint and cut them down. So yeah, I'm going to get stuck in chopping these deadwood trees down. Like I say, I'm not going to bother selling them. Probably not going to make much money. And it might be a bit of a nightmare to cut the wood up around here. Yeah, I've got to find all the trees now. Oh, there's one over there. I think, yep. Yeah, you can see them. They are kind of scattered around, aren't they? There's another one up there too. Brilliant. So there's 2, 3 maybe. Yep. Excellent. So we found 3. I think there's 9. Was it 9? Yeah, it was 9. Anyway, let me get stuck into doing these and I'll see you when I'm done. And that is the last one. Took me a while to find that last one, actually. Now I'm lost. Oh, there we go. That's a good thing my daughter painted my truck purple for me, because it's easy to find. So good job on that, dear. Thank you. I don't even think she'll watch my videos. She's only 8, so I highly doubt she's into it. But there we go. We got some money. Not much. But that does take us to close to $5,500. Yeah, there's nothing else we can do. I'd do the wood transport, but I've got no way of picking the logs up. I'll see you in a bit. We're a little bit snaky on this load. This is my second load since I last saw you. It's because I got the tail flapped down on the trailer. This is classic. This has been hilarious driving all the way here like this, I tell you. I can't put the flap up because then it will just probably flip everything over, I imagine. But yeah, we're sitting on about $8,000 at the moment, so it's very slow going. Hopefully we get a bit of money for this. I've got some plans in my head to get out of this phase. We've got some land that we can already plough up. Jeez, imagine seeing someone rocking up to your sawmill with the trailer doing this behind them. It's not something you would want to see, is it? I'm sure they wouldn't mind. They're getting the wood. That's what they're here for. We don't judge, do we? Right, let's see how much this is going to get us. And I said it was Noah earlier. It's not Noah, it's someone else. Go on, let's figure. Where is it? That's more in there. Ooh, that wasn't too bad. It's what I thought it would be. I think it was about 2 or 3 trees. So we're on 11k now. What are we going to do? I was looking at a production that we could afford. Just a small one. Where did it go? I was having a nosy before off camera. One of these ones, that's it. Simple sawmill, and I'm going to put it up at the base, up at where we're living. It just saves the travel hassle. I don't want to be going back and forth all the time for just a few grand. No offence to the sawmill owner. They can come and collect their own wood up there, I suppose. You know, I'm running a service too now, so, and that way we can also make our beams and planks and stuff. Not really worth doing a $750 deadwood job. Yeah, no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. So we're on 11 grand. I'm going to head back to the farm. I call it a farm. It's not even a farm. Let's just call it base or HQ for now, or our campsite. So I'm going to head back to the campsite and see what we can do. I'll probably... Oh yeah, look at that. It is the flap, see? As soon as the flap's up, it's good. But I couldn't put it up with a load on, could I? No. Guarantee we would have gone into orbit. Or something along those lines. Anyway, let's head back to HQ and try and sort something out with the sawmill. Make my life a little bit easier. So I'll see you in a bit. I have just discovered that this pickup has a winch on it. I didn't even know until I accidentally clicked it and saw a little green line come out. And I was like, what is that? Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. So I don't even have to de-limb the trees really. I mean, it would make it easier to cart them up here, but look at that. Boom. Done. And we've already got 7,000 litres of wood in there, just over. Perfect. So running the beams, planks, beams, planks and long planks, is it? Planks long, whatever they call it. And that'll go towards our construction. Any extras we get will go towards money. So we only need a pallet of each to start that construction. Anything else will be sold. So let me get back to chopping wood. I'll see you in a bit. Right, we're going to chop down some trees, clear some land up. I've got a vision in my mind. It's a dangerous thing when you have a vision in your mind and you haven't tested it or anything. But I'm going to clear some land out. A, for a driveway, maybe. And B, for some extra land. I'm going to do some heavy deforestation between now and the next episode. I think a lot of it's going to be done off camera or maybe next episode. We'll see how we go. But yeah, the discovering that I've got a winch on this pickup has just saved a lot of hassle. Now I know people are going to be like, well, you're not really working, but I still am actually. I'm chopping the trees down and I still have to work out how to tow them up to the sell point for the sawmill, or the load point, whatever you want to call it. But just discovering that I've got this winch is fantastic, because I don't mind chopping trees down. It's juggling small logs and all that. I'm not an expert with the winch either, but it doesn't have to be that good a job really. As long as I can get it to the to the zone to drop it off. I mean, we've got quite a bit of land behind the cabin as well, so we could chuck some gardens up there maybe, I'm thinking. We've got a water source in the pond there, or the lake, whatever you want to call it. It's more a pond, isn't it? So we could, come here. Sometimes I can't grab that winch. There you go. So we could get a water tank trailer and yeah, put a couple of gardens in. That way we're not heavily reliant on wood. I'd still have to deliver them. I'll deliver pallets and stuff like that. But the wood just gets a bit tedious for a few grand. Here, I can chuck it in here, make planks and beams and such. And I've set that to sell. So on the hour, that will sell. And it'll just be like a wood delivery pretty much. So we've said here, we've got some lumber here. If you want to come pick it up, come pick it up. And they'll come and pick it up and we'll get paid for it. So on the hour, we'll see that money jump up drastically. But that's it for the episode. So I will come back in the next episode and we should have a huge sum of money. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.